Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Producers Club, hosted by none other than yourself, Halley Hardy, CEO, team leader of Keller Williams Coastal Properties, and OP of Keller Williams Luxury. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. Anyways, today I have one of my very, very, very special guests here. Literally, I met this woman several years ago now through the industry and like network and marketing, and we've been running in the same circles for some time. She chose to bring her business here about a year ago, and since then it has been such a pleasure getting to know Coach and be in business with you. So without further ado, my sister Stephanie Stancil.
Oh,
Welcome.
thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome to the call. Anyway, so Steph, those people that are here on the call, why don't you kind of introduce yourself? Like, who are you right now in real estate? What were you maybe before real estate? Give us a little bit of backstory.
Oh wow, I'm actually very proud of my past, and I know I talk about it a lot. So again, Stephanie Stancil, I'm a local real estate professional with Keller Williams Realty. I love, 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 love our brand and where we are in our office. My past, I was a salesperson, a specialist, a media specialist, and then I ended up being a sales manager for Xerox. I was a media and paper specialist. My job was to come up with solutions using media. So it could be a piece of paper with a label in a carbonless form or something like that. And we would put it through high volume production equipment. I um I was a support to the equipment staff. Again, I was a sales manager. And then once Xerox made a decision to move our business to a company called Domtar, and Domtar was the number one uncoated free sheet white paper manufacturer in North America. And then there I was a specialist, and then I was also an inkjet specialist. So those big old rolls that you see in the print shops and the print environments, that's what I sold to HP, Ricoh, and Xerox. And I was kind of like a West Coast liaison for Xerox. So I was the one, hey, Stephanie, we need help with Xerox. Can you help? And then from there, I went into real estate. I got my license in 2006, and my goal was not if I go into real estate, it was when. And so it was just me trying to look through my past. And in 2017, about that time, that's when the path finally said it's time to go ahead and go. And so I did. And I actually started with a small boutique broker. And then from there, because of the corporate background, the need for systems, the need for
Mm.
models, the need for structure, that particular broker didn't have it. And so I was at Keller Williams up in the North Orange County area. And so again, that's kind of where I kind of laid my foundation. There's some other steps in between, but for the most part, that's the story. There's more, but that's the story. Very involved in the community. Just came out of being president of two real estate organizations. I'm the chairman of the board for the KREB, which is the California Association of Realtors, which is the California entity for NARAB or the Realtist Group. You've probably heard of that. I am a curriculum writer for an organization called Chloe Cares, and also I consider I'm the street team person. So Chloe Cares. I've actually just founded a beauty pageant for Black females from age 8 to 28 in Orange County. I mean, that's some of it, but I mean, that's a lot. I could go on. I could go on. I could go on. Not to brag, but I have my hands in a lot of things.
Yeah, and I think that thank you for sharing your story. Many people don't turn 18 and go, I'm going to be a realtor, you know, and you're involved in different avenues and like yourself coming from corporate background, manager, leadership background, you then shifted to real estate. Like talk about the similarities there. Talk about maybe some of the skills that you had from your corporate arena that are like you're honing or that's maybe benefiting you now in your business.
Sure, sure, sure. So in the beginning, I came in with, I got this. I've done this because I was a highly skilled, highly technical salesperson. So I came in and said, I'm gonna beat this. I got this, and I got surprised because it was different. The approach was different. You're dealing with people opposed to the the buyers or the people who develop the products. It was different. And so when I came into it, I had to kind of come back into who I am as a person. And for a long time, because I had to have this persona of I'm this professional, I'm this. I had to kind of go back into being quote unquote Stephanie. And not that it was a hard thing, but it was, you had to find a good mix between being a professional and being the friend, or being that person that's going to help you with this process. But I'm your friend, I care about you, all those things. So that was kind of interesting. But then with the two, one of the things that I love about Keller Williams and also my Xerox life is they both are red, but also they both are really found, the foundation of both companies are about systems, models, and tools.
Mhm.
When I was in college, Xerox was in our business books. They were in the textbooks about how they develop systems, and there's a way to do everything. And so I think one of the reasons why I feel so strong about where we are is because, okay, you get a client, you do this, and this. There's a system. And so that's what made it great for me, was I had to come up with systems. But also because real estate can be all over the place, you have to learn how to hone it back in and keep it together, because it's real easy to get off track in this business because the distractions are everything. The shiny are everywhere. The shiny objects come at you, and you have to learn how to be one, okay with what your business plan is. I said I want to make X amount of dollars. I said this is how I was going to do it, and then you got to stick to that. And it's real easy to get off track. And I got off track. I really did. And so with that, you just have to come back to your center line and just stick to what you said you were going to do and how you said you were going to do it, and then ask for help along the way.
Mm-hmm. You use systems a lot in your business. One of the things I know that you're implementing to help build those is technology and AI. So, talk a little bit about that, and how you're implementing that in your process.
Sure, AI is like my best friend anymore because I really have taken advantage of using it. I think I was kind of an early adopter about 2 years ago when it first came out. I started, but what I did with that is I ran in my numbers and what I like to do, and so part of it is every day I check in. Okay, this is my schedule. Let's look at what I have to do. I connect and integrate the different tools. I'm not. Chat GPT is probably the one I use most because it knows me more. But I started using Claude, I started using Gemini, I started using Copilot based on what the need is. But it's checking in the morning. This is what my day is going to look like. I'm trying to put together a 36 touch based on what you know about me because it knows me. Give me things that'll work for me. It's helped me with my newsletters. My newsletters are better. It's helped me with my letters, my things like that. And I use it to help even with writing emails. I mean, the scope is huge. It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, I really just use it all day, every day. It's like my
And
assistant almost.
oh yeah, yeah. And I know you do this too. We talked about this. I keep multiple platforms open at any given time on my browser. As a KW agent, just in case you guys weren't aware, we do have Gemini Pro at no cost. When you're logged in through your email, you will get the full, right, Doug? Am I right with that? Yes, yeah. Everyone gets the full Gemini, but when you're an actual associate of KW, right? So I will have chat, Gemini, Claude, like three or four things there. And I might put the same prompt in every single platform because you're getting different results, right?
Right,
Some, especially when you get frustrated with AI, you can go back and forth with it a little bit. And maybe Claude is something that's a little more fitting to what you are because they're not all about the same, right?
right. That's
Right.
correct. That's
You
correct.
put you put one of the discussions we had was you were working on your farm and you were putting some stuff in there. So tell me more about like what were you feeding it? What kind of data did you get out of it? And how are you utilizing AI
You
for
are
for
you
your
thinking the feeder market idea we talked about?
I think any of those things that we
Let's talk about that one because I think it's a great one that I haven't really executed well on. So, one of the things that we worked on was a feeder market strategy for our business. And so, for instance, I am farming Bixby Hills, right? And Bixby Hills, there's a reason why people move into Bixby Hills, but there's also a reason why people leave Bixby Hills. And so I identify that information. And then from there, when they come into Bixby Hills, where do they come from? We know why, and then where do they come from? And then the same thing when they leave Bixby Hills, where do they go to? And so with that, I developed a strategy. We worked on it together, but we developed a strategy that says, okay, so since I know that people that move into Bixby Hills come from, say, San Francisco, from there, that offers me an opportunity to reach out to agents in San Francisco based on your network. So it could be the KW network. I'm part of Women's Council. I'm part of NARAB. I'm part of another group called Real Estate Ladies Rock. There's a whole way that you can go research agents in that area and start to do quote unquote an 8x8 or a 36 touch in order to reach those people and say, hey, I did some research and I am the agent that's supporting Bixby Hills. And guess what? Based on the data I found, people from your area come to Bixby Hills. And then build, value. Talk about Bixby Hills, talk about Long Beach, talk about, reasons why people come and go, and then build that relationship and just keep nurturing those relationships as a way to farm opposed to just dropping flyers, which we do, or door knocking, which we do, or the postcard or the home anniversary thing is something else we do. But it's another way to build your referral base based on some data found using ChatGPT to help build your business in a different way with a referral market.
That
Or
was so, that was just such a brilliant way of like putting it all together, right? Like, AI will never replace us because there's someone that's going to need to like sit face to face with the client. We will always need that human connection. I truly wholeheartedly believe that. And yet, if we're not utilizing it for something to build something so much deeper than just emails, it can give you the full tools and systems of it. Stephanie, you mentioned um, of course, many organizations already being here on the call. I know right now we're getting ready to go into Realtist Week next week. Talk more about that. Like, who is a Realtist? Tell us more about what's happening next week, why it's special, like where it came about. Give us a little bit more insight to that amazing organization.
sure. So the NARABS was founded in 1947 by individuals who took a stance against the fact that NAR would not allow people who look like me become realtors, and also to help service the Black community. And so next week is Realtist Week, which is a week where we are really about being in the community, building membership, helping building home ownership. So Sunday starts with a day of worship. And so we identify a church that we're going to spend our mornings with, and then we celebrate with these churches. We link with these churches, and each organization chooses a church. So I'm part of the Orange County chapter, but Long Beach has a worship experience they're going to be part of. LA has, and across the country. On Monday is normally what we do a mixer. So there's a mixer in most of these communities. They've given us a schedule that they suggest. You can kind of tweak it. And so here in Long Beach, they're going to be at Tantalum. In Orange County, they're going to be at a place called Bill's Barbecue, 5:30 for each. It was kind of the time again, the two. Tuesday is going to be Community Service Day. And each network or board has their own schedule. So there's a community service day, there is an advocacy day, there is
That
a
one's a good one.
yeah,
To
there's
point that out, stop on that one for a second. What is
sure.
Advocacy Day?
Advocacy is just a day where they either go to the local government or they really talk about the importance of what homeownership is for the underserved. And so a lot of times they're going to the meetings within the city, within the local government, things like that. I know Orange County is going to the Board of Supervisors. LA, I mean Long Beach, I believe is going to I think they're going to the city, but they're sitting in on the meetings. And then from there, Wednesday is community service. Thursday is fair housing. It's fair housing. So that's a virtual. And then Friday, they're doing either Wire or Meyer, which is Wire is women in real estate, and then Meyer's men in real estate. They started with women because it was a need. And then Saturday is what we call our community day or community impact day. So they're going to have a place in the community where they meet and do home ownership seminars. And I mean, there's topics like what to do with Big Mama's house is one of them, ABCs of buying a home. They'll have lenders, they'll have insurance, they'll have different folks, events, things like that for the children. Long Beach is meeting at the Now Church in Long Beach, and then my organization is meeting at the Promenade in Anaheim. Start times are about 10 o'clock, things like that. But it's a whole day of community service, and then from there we're done. We wrap it up. I was told that the President Reagan actually gave the realtors like Realtors Week was something that he instituted as a Realtors Week, and it's actually the federal government supports this. I mean, we've been involved with Joe Biden, we've been involved with other legislators that say, "Hey, this is a very important thing for the community." It's a big deal as far as the realtors. We always say it's a great time to be a realtor if you're interested in more information. I'm up to my own collar. I'm currently the chairman of the board for the state, so I'm involved that way, and then I'm also a conference chair for this year.
Leadership is so key. We've talked about this so much. We need to advocate for our industry. We need to advocate for our communities. We need to get involved and step up. And I think that that can look like a myriad of different ways. A lot of people are like hesitant to raise their hand because you might feel like, oh, I'm not skilled enough, or oh, I'm not a top producer enough, or oh, it's going to take up too much of my time. And I know you and I've discussed a lot in the past. It's about what you put into it, right? Like you get what you put into it. And there's so many more opportunities that it can bring you. It can help grow your business. It can bring you great, referral networks across the country. But again, also at the end of the day, serving the reason that most of us got our real estate license, right?
Correct.
That's our clients and that's our
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, so that's why I got my license in 2006. I was at a church in Santa Ana, and a lot of the folks there didn't own their homes. And so, because I had this strong corporate background, I had the negotiation skills, I had the professionalism. I'm like, okay, you can take this and move into something else to help people who look like you, because I saw that there was an area of opportunity. And so I got the license in 2006. And then the market did what it did. I'm like, well, let me stay work here because I'm making good money. And then when the opportunity came, but as far as advocacy, it doesn't have to just be about a black thing. It could be whatever. It could be for women. It could be for the underserved. It could be so many reasons. Homeownership offers so much more than just a home. There's data to support based on if you have a home or not home, education levels, also health. We've done research to show that if home people who don't own homes are more susceptible to diabetes and heart attacks and things like that. It's so much bigger than that roof over your head. It's also the entry level to wealth building. I don't care what color you are. It's a way to help you build wealth for your family, and it's something that you can use as a financial tool for whoever you are. It doesn't matter, and so when we say we're advocates, we're not just advocates. NARAP started as a black thing, but we've grown to the underserved. It's not just us, it's anyone who wants to get into this housing game, however you want to get into it. And we teach, you may not be able to own the home you live in, but get a rental property, buy something in New York, buy something in Cleveland, get into the game. And so it's not just here in California, but it's a mindset that says, I got to help people. And when you do that, you definitely make sure that you help yourself. It pays off. It does pay off.
You can see your passion for the community and it just really radiates for you.
Yeah.
I know that we've been building and you've been working really hard on the community piece to it, right? Like serving your community, finding out who they are, but and then also using that to kind of fuel your business. So let's talk about that a little bit more. How are you engaging with your community right now, your sphere? What conversations are you having? Maybe what are some of the things that you're doing to help connect with them and find people who are looking to transact, really?
So I started with a newsletter. I started with being very consistent with a newsletter, and with my community. I actually do a printed, I'm actually printing now. I actually do a printed newsletter and I send it out to my database and do the follow-up work. I found that most of my niche is a 55 and over for the most part, and those that are a little older, I've targeted my mom's church, and the average age in my mom's church is like 80. And so I go after these little old ladies, and not from a predatory, but it's a way to help. I'm everybody's daughter, you know. I'm Betty's kid. Everyone's daughter. And so I go after it that way. And I found that as I deal with them, they share with one another. And so I changed my newsletter from a newsletter to a letter of the heart to share what I do and who I am. So they see me again as a value. Um, and then from there, I just make a phone call, put a personal note in the mail, put together little gifts. I send like 20, 25 bags, little baggies or something to the little ladies at the church as a way to build my business. And I think I shared with you a couple days ago, because of this connection. I got a listing agreement signed for a commercial deal. It's in Texas. It's worth over $3.5 million. It's a referral piece. And then the referral partner that I chose, because he's willing to train me in that aspect, he gave me, I believe, a respectable referral fee. And then we also, because of the coaching that he's offering, again, back to that referral network, because of the coaching that he's offering me, he shared, let's do a 1031 exchange. Let's help her take the proceeds and put it into something here in California that we can manage. So I'm going to put her into other commercial properties that's going to continue to put money in her pocket. It's going to put money in our pocket, and it's also going to help her build. But just from that aspect, just in the last year, I've got 4 pieces of business just from me dealing with my niche, some place that I care about. I want to make sure that my mom is treated fairly. I want to make sure that people that are older and the seniors are treated fairly. And so I've gone after, and again, I'm everybody's daughter, you know. So I kind of, and not to say it's a capitalize on it, but it's a place I've done well because I care about the seniors. I care about making sure that people that my mama's age are being treated fairly.
You've done so much soul searching and been like, this is who I am, rather than fighting who I am. Let's lean into this and embrace it and advocate for it and build a business around it. Because it just
Yeah,
brings you more joy, right? When you're doing
yeah,
the things
it
you
does.
enjoy, that's fluent to you, it's so much more life satisfaction.
Just and then on that point, just to put a pin there, find your niche.
Mm.
Find your why, find your go. Because until you really are clear about that, you pick up all kinds of stuff. Because I did it. I was like, oh, I'm going to try this. Oh, I'm going to do this. That's not for me. And it may not, you find your way and your why. And as soon as you find your way and your why, it gets easier. What we do is not easy work. I mean, it is hard work, but it's like they say, it's simple. But if you find your why, I call it your go, you find your go and get what gets you up every day, it just makes life a little easier, and you have joy and you have peace about what you do. And guess what? It will become profitable. And it took me a while to get to that because it's something I wanted to do, and I kept pushing it off, kept pushing it off. And then finally I stopped and said, Stephanie, do this. And when I did this, it changed. It's starting to change.
hmm Stephanie, I could probably talk to you for a good couple hours, but believe it or not, we're kind of getting close to our time and I want
Yeah.
to kind of leave this open. Anything else that you want to talk about, share with the group, things that are like on your mind right now, advice? Um,
My stories always show up. Show up, take the meeting. If someone says, "Hey, I want to see you, Stephanie," I go. You never know what it's going to turn into. If someone says, "Hey, I want to sell you whatever. I want you to sell this." I answer the call and then ask the questions. I'm one of those ones that say I ask for forgiveness opposed to permission, but take the call, show up, do the work, sit down and figure out. I had to sit down and figure out, when can I do my lead generation? When is there a block in my time for me to just focus on building my business? Identify that and just do it. Don't let anything else get into that time. And also identify what your non-negotiables are daily. And that was one of the big pieces that I had to come to. But every day you have non-negotiables, every week you have non-negotiables, and stick to them. That's it.
That's a
I hope
lot.
that helped. Yeah.
It's a lot. It's good. You guys, Doug, can you drop Stephanie's phone number there in the chat? Her name and her phone number. You guys, if you have more questions about being a realtist, getting involved in a community, leadership in general, Stephanie is always so gracious with her time and loves to help and nurture. I know Dougie's going to drop there in the chat if he hasn't already, Steph, your phone number so people can save it. Thank you. Love it. Same. I love Maureen. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for your community. Special thank you to you, Stephanie, for being
Thank
here and
you.
sharing with our group. You guys, there is a lot of opportunity. I was on Morning Mindset yesterday and we were talking about this. Please go out, get into the marketplace, get this energy going, figure out your hurdles over your dialogue this weekend, confront and say interest rates are what they are. There's still a
Yeah.
lot of benefit that's happening. And I think Stephanie would agree people are still transacting,
Yeah,
right?
just get involved. Just get involved. You
Yes,
get involved, it'll come. It'll come.
it
Wear
will
your
come.
Keller, wear your t-shirt, your name t-shirt, let everyone know what you do. And you go out branded, they'll ask you. I did it. It works. You just
I
have to
love
do
it.
more of it, you know?
Let's do more of it. Thanks, guys. Have a
All
good
right, thank
weekend. All
you.
right. Thank you again, Stephanie. Bye, guys.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.